Hello everyone, welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Key. We are live for the Community Shield. Come on City. Come on, let's lay the first glove on Arsenal this season. They're not quite all we think they're cracked up to be. I hope. I think this one's going to be an interesting one today. No Rodri for City. Semenyo starts up front with Doku. Foden comes in, which is interesting. And obviously Haaland. Elliot Anderson, Kovacic is the base for City today. For Arsenal, they've got Bruno Guimaraes in there alongside Lewis Skelly and Odegaard. No Rice, interestingly. So should be interesting to see what goes on in that midfield battle. Is Lewis Skelly up to it? Lots of noise about him leaving Arsenal this summer. Still is, potentially. I doubt it, but still, potentially. Who have we got in the chat today? City of Northville, good to see you. Jelly, Toffees. Arsenal will never play good football with Odegaard. He slows them right down. I really like Odegaard. I think there's still a real player in there. He's still Arsenal's captain, don't forget. I mean, I still think he will be given... There was quite a few Arsenal fans I spoke to who were quite keen to move him on this summer. I'm not sure. I think, Odegaard's still a player there, and not too long ago he was, probably one of the best players in the Premier League and just didn't quite kick on. He's, had injuries disrupted him and stuff, but he's still a very talented player. Personally, I think Odegaard's better than Eze. If there was a choice in that number 10, I'd be starting Odegaard. He's the captain. I think Arteta would, to be honest. If Arteta's fit, he would start him. But hey, it remains to be seen whether or not Odegaard remains fit throughout the season. That's going to be the big question. Jelly, Catherine, good to see you. Who else is in today? Sarah, Jelly, 3-star, Catherine, Sarunny Run. Yo, what's up, mate? Good to see you, man. How's it going? Fred, good to see you. Stephen Morton says 2-0 to City. 2-0 to City today. I think this one's going to be tight. I've thought all day that it's going to be a 0-0. It's going to be a 0-0 and it goes to extra time, maybe penalties. We'll see. Callum, there's hardly a change in Man City's football. Scouse, good afternoon, Keane, everyone. Hope you're well. I'm good, mate. How are you? Adam, I feel it'll be Lamps. Who do you think will be the first sacked? No, I don't think Lampard will get sacked. He's still kind of hero status at Coventry, isn't he? I don't think he's going anywhere. I think it'll be Moyes or Carrick, just as Sarah said there. Moyes, Carrick, Arbeloa, maybe even Marco Rose as well. Aaron says strong lineups. They are, very strong lineups. Let's go through the lineups very briefly because the Community Shield itself is just being carried out onto the pitch. But let's go through the lineups. They will be on screen just on the right-hand side. So David Raya in goal. Ben White starts at right back. Obviously no Jurien Timber. He's still out injured. No William Saliba today. So it's Gabriella Mosquera at centre-back. Calafiori goes to left-back. Hincapié remains on the bench. Then it's Bruno Guimaraes and Lewis Skelly in that double pivot. No Declan Rice today. He remains on the bench after the World Cup. Odegaard is in the 10. Solis plays off the left. Madueke off the right. And Kai Havertz as the lone centre-forward. Very surprised we've not got the old... Where's the Yock? The Yock's not in today. Get Shokerez on, I'm sure. City will be delighted if he comes on at some point. For City, it is Donnarumma in goal, O'Reilly at left back, Gvardiol, Diaz, Kusanov at right back. Not sure. Anderson and Kovacic in the sitting roles. Doku, Foden, Semenyo just behind Erling Haaland. Ree says it's all right. Keel, come on and score the winner. He probably will now, to be fair. Aaron says, yep, like Carrick or Moyes will be sacked. Mate, Moyes, 100%. Everton fans wanted Moyes sacked at the back end of last season, Aaron. Do you not listen to Everton? Everton fans literally wanted Moyes sacked at the back end of the season. Listen to Evertonians. They'll tell you. They will tell you. David Moyes, they didn't want at the back end of last season. I'm still not 100% sure they're sold on him now. He's only got a year left of his contract. He will be absolutely a manager that leaves this season. I'd be astonished if he didn't. And Carrick, Carrick too. That's overreacting Blues. I don't know, you say it's overreacting Blues. I've spoke to a lot of Evertonians. I've got a lot of Evertonians and Blues in my family who tell me the same. They were quite happy for Moyes to go last season. They wanted a new change, someone to come in and, switch things up a little bit, maybe be a bit more progressive. Alas, that was not the case. They've stuck with him. Anyway, Reece Arteta to be sacked by 2076. Well, again, we had Arsenal fans, even though you've won a league title, we had Arsenal fans come in the chat yesterday and saying that they would have been happy to move Arteta on last season, even with the title win. There's still murmurs of discontent amongst this Arsenal fan base with Arsenal's style of play and whatever, which is all the stuff that they're banging the same drum that I was last season. The exact same drum that I was last season. Adam says, I think the plan for Gyökeres was always to come on for tired legs, but Havertz got injured in game 1 last season. We shall see. Aaron says, screen recording that moment key, saying Carrick will be sacked. I'll send it to you after the season. All right, Aaron, yeah, that's sound. You know me. Listen, I've got some things wrong. I've got some things right, like everyone else. I'm no oracle, but I absolutely... I get some things right and some things wrong, and that might be one I get wrong. But my gut feeling at this moment in time, which I think is not unfounded, is Michael Carrick, who hasn't really done an awful lot as a manager, let's be honest. He's not really... There's no achievements there. I don't think there is anything with Michael Carrick and Man United, beyond the fact that he had a good playing career with them. But, you wouldn't hire Giggs for the same reason, would you? That's not a gut feeling, it's what you want, let's be honest, mate. No, it's not what I want. It's not what I want, because if Carrick was bad, I'd want him to stay, wouldn't I? If he was bad, I'd want him to stay, of course I would. Pete, I'm surprised Raya is starting with his World Cup exploits. I know he must be knackered after the World Cup, David Raya. Rich, can you give Arsenal any credit at all, or are you just driven by your Liverpool-tinted glasses? If you listen very carefully, Rich, I've given Arsenal an awful lot of credit. But, you'll only hear what you want to hear, mate. City of Northville, I'm so exhausted with clubs blaming managers for everything that goes wrong with the side. At some point, we need to stop letting front offices get away with this horseshit and back a manager. Yes! Yes! Absolutely agree. City to win 3-1 here, says Aaron. And Callum says, I agree, City win 2. Arsenal looking quite thin right now. I think Solis and Madueke on the wings shouldn't trouble City. They shouldn't trouble City. They might well do, but they shouldn't. Bruno Guimaraes, Lewis Skelly against Anderson and Kovacic. I don't know. Sarah says, same with Slot. He won the league and most of Liverpool wanted him gone. I know, but I just think that's really sad, isn't it? That's really sad. It's not quite the same with Slot, because Slot won it in his first season, whereas Arteta spent 7 years and £1 billion to get there. Bona Lee, what's the most random league you have covered? The Latvian league, the Icelandic league, the Finnish league. Yeah, probably. I mean, we've done some mad international games as well. The what was the Kosafa Cup? The OGs on Premier League. Dad'll remember the Kosafa Cup. I can't remember who played in that game. It was like Equatorial Guinea against Burkina Faso or something like that in a Kosafa Cup. I can't remember who it was now. Might be Zambia. Maybe it was Zambia actually. Don't know why maybe it was Zambia. City of Northville, I'm so exhausted. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Joe, yes, Sarah did want Slot gone. Lewis Skelly starting, he's not going anywhere. I don't think that's anything to do with him, though. I think Arsenal would quite like to move Lewis Skelly on, personally. Shahid, hello, Key, and everyone in the chat. Looking forward to seeing Arsenal lose. Yes! Yes! Adam, what happened to Premier League Dad and why do you have a new channel? Long story. Just a slight rebrand, basically. Premier League Dad is still there. We're going to be doing stuff throughout the season. It's going to be more of a talk show format. But match days, watch-alongs are all going to be on the Match Day Tavern going forward. So they're all here. Premier League Dad is still there. We're going to be doing bits on that this season. But yeah, excited for the new season. Everything's going to be over here for live watch-alongs anyway. Adam says the Liverpool board never got attached to Arne Slot. The Arsenal board are deeply invested in Arteta. That's the difference. Well, yeah, he's a manager, isn't he? I guess that's the difference. He's a manager. He has a lot more power with Arsenal than Arne Slot had with Liverpool, where he's just a first-team coach. Is Grealish in the City squad? No, I don't believe he is. Oh, he is. No, he is. He's on the bench. Jack Grealish on the bench. How mad's that? I never thought we'd see Jack Grealish back in a City shirt, but there you go, he is. City of Northville, that Icelandic one was bleak. It's so funny to me that it looked exactly as dreary and cold as one might have imagined. Well, I've been to Iceland, and it is very, very cold, but the people are lovely. Like, truly, truly lovely people, the Icelandic folk. Hiller says Mike Summerby just arrived on the pitch. What a player he was. I honestly can't say whether or not I didn't watch any of Mike Summerby. But yeah, I used to work with a City fan for many, many years, and he spoke very, very graciously about Mike Summerby. Adam says we've got to stop comparing Arteta to Slot. Arteta is miles clear, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan. On what basis? How is Arteta clear of Slot? That's a weird thing to say. In what world is Arteta clear of Slot? He's had more time, more money, and less results. More time, more money, less results. How on earth is Arteta better than Slot? What on earth? Where's that come from? It's good to see Foden back in the City lineup. Yeah, great to see Foden back in there. I think Foden might end up kicking on this season and getting back in, starting regularly for Manchester City. I'm glad that this one's, personally, I'm quite glad to see that this one's back at Cardiff. I always personally enjoyed watching the FA Cup finals and the Charity Shield and everything at the Millennium Stadium. This, for me, is a much better stadium than Wembley. I really enjoy it. I think it's well better here. I'm glad that they've brought it back. You all right, Key? Did you watch UFC last night? I didn't, mate. No, I don't really watch the UFC. I only have time for footy. Scouse, my Sky TV's making a weird noise. Thought it was the government warning through my TV. Yeah, make sure you don't start fires. Max Dowman on the bench. Rice, Zubamendi, Marino, Gyökeres, Eze, Saka, and Hincapié, and Kepa, just in case Arsenal need an emergency goalie. Let's get Kepa on. Come on, City. Come on, City. Let's finish these off. Let's lay a glove on these early doors. Let's get them rocking. Let's get them against the ropes early doors. Psychologically, I said this the other day, psychologically, Arsenal are still very fragile, aren't they? Even though they're title winners, there's still this, you can sense it in their fan base. You can sense it in their fan base. There's still that desperation. There's still that desperation to be loved, to be liked. Please validate us. Please say we're the best side ever. Please tell us we're great. And I think that seeps into the side. I think that seeps into Mikel Arteta. It really does. And I think if they were to lose today, especially if they were to lose by 2 or 3, yeah, psychologically, it might just, it might not land quite so well with this Arsenal team and Arsenal fan base. There might start to be doubts lingering in. Ho, come on, baby. Kusanov, Diaz, Vardiol, O'Reilly, Kovacic, Anderson, Foden in the 10, Semenyo, Doku, Haaland. Yes, please. Go on, City. Oh. I thought that was Martinelli then. No, it's Bruno Guimaraes. Looked like Martinelli from the back. FPL, has the quick throw-in law been introduced yet? Arsenal will hate it. Yeah, they've only got, is it 5 seconds? I think it's only 5 seconds now. If a fan base could have an inferiority complex, Arsenal would be it. Arsenal would be it. Absolutely they would be. Oh, come on. No one deserves a pasting more than these, do they? Put them in their place, City. Go on. Put them in their place. Hey, Rasta. How's it going, mate? Good to see our favourite Arsenal fan. Well, we've got many nice Arsenal fans in the chat, but you're one of them, mate. Our Oracle. Rasta. Cracking Arsenal fan. Sorry, Everton didn't buy Grealish. They didn't, but they're still haggling with City, aren't they? The expectation is amongst Everton fans that Grealish will return. Grealish will come back to the club this season. So he's on the bench today for City, but I'm pretty confident he will. Come back. I think there's a negotiation just on price because how old is Grealish now? Can't be that old, can he? Right, kick-off at the Millennium Stadium. Grealish will come on and score a 30-yarder. I don't think he's ever scored from outside the box, has he? Rasta, I'm okay, Key. Hope all is well with you and the family, mate. Same to you, brother. Same to you. Health, wealth, and happiness to you and yours, mate. Still rooting for City today, but I'm for you particularly. I hope you're doing well in life. Ball over to the far side, headed back, edge of the box. City defending deep already. Arsenal play it in, big chances. Should be 1-0, and it is. Oh my God! 24 seconds. 24 seconds is all you could last. Jesus Christ! Calafiori. Oh, City! The worst way to start the season. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed with them starting so quickly and getting into. Oh, we're gonna win it all. We're gonna win the quad this season. Have a day off. City, step out. Is there any chance of offside? I'm not just saying that. Is there any chance at all? Because he did look like this. Oi! There you go. First ball in. Any chance at all there? Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. There might be. He's onside when the ball gets played through to Calafiori. There's no chance at all there. But the first phase. Phase 1. I wonder. Phase 1. Could there be? Fucking Lewis Skelly as well. That's a hell of a ball. That's a hell of a ball from Lewis Skelly. Do you know what? He's a mug if he stays at Arsenal this season. He's going to be what? He's going to be fourth choice. Fourth, maybe fifth choice at Arsenal. He's going to stick there and sit on the bench. Absolute lacking ambition. Lacking ambition, the kid. Well, there you go. 1-0, 24 seconds. Brilliant. Brilliant. That arm is off. I thought it was tight. I'm surprised they haven't checked it. First phase, he definitely looked like he was offside, to be honest. But again, Community Shield, innit? Quad, here we come. Oh, my God. What was Donnarumma doing? I mean, listen, let's call it as it was. It was a good ball through. It was a good ball through from Miles Lewis-Skelly and Calafiori. It was a good finish. City were asleep. It was a good finish. Let's not dress it up. But still, come on, City. Still think for sure. Still think that Lewis Skelly's got to leave these, though. There's no way. Lewis Skelly, if he stays here, then he's got to go down in everyone's estimations. How this kid is going to stick it at Arsenal as fourth or fifth choice. It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Hiller says this will most likely be a bore fest now. Of course it will. Of course it'll be a bore fest. It's Arsenal. Of course it will. Elliot Anderson. Corner kick to City, is it? Oh, has he sliced it wide from there? Fucking 117 million on him. Fucking hell. Come on, City, wake up. Enzo Maresca's already chewing frantically. Absolute joker. City are going to have to go and spend another 400 million. Oh, Doku. Do you know what? I hate that. I hate that. As much as I don't want Arsenal to win this, throwing yourself to the floor like that is absolutely appalling. And Arsenal are just as bad at it, by the way, but Doku doing that, oh, I don't mind if Arsenal win it now. That was shocking from Doku. Jack, we actually played good football for once. You did. That was good football. Rob, just joined. You're looking angry, Key. I just can't be arsed with another long season of this. Another long season of Arsenal. I was just hoping, I was kind of clinging onto a bit of hope today that we might actually see someone step up. We might see him start and maybe lay 2 or 3 past them. They're going to score again here, Arsenal. Keep them out. Deflection. Oh, Donnarumma, you fucking... Jesus Christ. Just calm down. They've lost the Pep Guardiola factor, City. And I've just got this horrible feeling that they're just going to crumble. I feel like such a big part of Manchester City's, like, I don't know, the mystique around them, let's say, the aura around Manchester City. They're always a brilliant team, I'm not knocking that. But the same way with Klopp, to some extent, it was that invincibility cloak, wasn't it? It was that fearlessness. That fearlessness that they would always come back. And even if you went 1-0 up or 2-0 up against City, Pep was patrolling the touchline and it was like, oh, these can turn it around. They don't have that anymore with Maresca. I don't think any team in the Premier League does, to be honest. There's no team with that level of aura. Oh, they give it away again. Here's Odegaard. This is 2-0, this. It's nailed on. Hit it. Get him. Oh, just about scrambled away. And now City drive forward with Foden. Need a big season from you, lad. Here's Doku. Doku into the area. Hit it. How much are they paying these people? I swear to God, you're going to put me in that position. I'd have at least kept the ball. At the very least, I'd have kept the ball. Arsenal drive into the area. City win it back through Elliot Anderson. And here's Semenyo, who for some reason is playing as a number 6. Doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, Charlie, where's the game being shown? The game is being shown on TNT, mate. That's where we're watching it right now. Adam says Maresca sacked by Christmas. I honestly wouldn't rule it out. Wouldn't rule it out at all. Harry, favourite game over the summer, Key? Ooh, favourite game over the summer. There was a lot of good games over the summer, weren't there? I'm trying to think of the best ones that we watched. Betis 3-1 against Arsenal was quite good. No, do you know what? There was some very good games, I would say. At the World Cup, you couldn't really not enjoy Argentina and Egypt. The way it ended, I thought that was really good. The Belgium game as well. Belgium-Senegal was quite a good game at the World Cup. To be honest, some of the like Shamrock Rovers and Hibernian and Malasheva against Hibernian, those were really good. But yeah, we've not been blessed. We haven't been blessed with real quality so far. PSG, Aston Villa 2-1. Yeah, not a huge amount anyway. England v France in third place was quite good. Yeah, it was all right. Rasta, City needs a sub key on. Get me on. Get me on. I'll score against these. Got the turning circle of a Titanic, like, but I can, you know, I've got a hell of a left peg on me. Here's Semenyo. Good ball in. Edge of the box. Come on, City. This is it. Bit more pressure. Rob, speak for yourself. Regis Labris has aura in abundance. Was Skelly's ball a good ball in 2? What, for the assist? Yeah, the assist was. Yeah, it was a good pass. A very good pass. Adam says Odegaard looking like the player from years ago. Had a rough season last season. He needs to step it up this year, Odegaard, doesn't he? I think he just needs to stay fit. If he stays fit, he'll start most games. Because he's better than Eze. And he can play a little bit deeper, but I don't think he will. If he does play deeper, there is a world where Arteta tries to play Odegaard and Eze in the same midfield with Rice or Bruno. And that's bad news for Lewis Skelly, isn't it? Because if it's Lewis Skelly or Odegaard, Lewis Skelly's losing. I still think Lewis Skelly, it's so silly. It is so silly if Lewis Skelly stays at Arsenal this summer. He's look at Ethan Nwaneri. Ethan Nwaneri's showing actual ambition and he's looking to move on. He's not even gone down with the squad this game. Ethan Nwaneri will leave Arsenal and he'll probably go on and have a very good career because Noni Madueke's getting picked ahead of him. Miles Lewis Skelly needs to take that as a big warning. He didn't get a kick all last season. He only actually started playing towards the end of the season, didn't he? What was it, like 4 or 5 games towards the end of the season? He started getting starts because Zubamendi and, you know, there wasn't quite a whole lot of cohesion in Zubamendi's end of season performances. They were a bit disjointed. But I think the noise coming out of, obviously, Chelsea and United, weren't it, got offered Miles Lewis Skelly. So I think Arsenal are quite keen to move him on, personally. I think Arteta's quietly quite happy to move him on. Hey, government name unknown. How's it going, lad? Good to see you. Pete says it's a glorified friendly and it's not on normal TV. Shambles. Rob, Nwaneri to Sunderland. I wonder, yeah, Nwaneri to Sunderland. Here's Arsenal down the right-hand side with Madueke. Cleared away at the near post by Gvardiol. Get our money's worth while he's worth a bit at the moment. I just think he has to go. If you were Miles Lewis Skelly or you were advising Miles Lewis Skelly, you would look at it and go, the manager doesn't rate you. He's picked multiple players over you last season. The first thing he's done this season is go and sign an expensive new central midfielder in your position. You're not going to get in at left back. You're not really going to get in at centre mid. Like, you know, if you have any ambitions at all, mate, you need to go. Go and push on. Go and back yourself. Otherwise, you'll just become another also-ran. Nwaneri is basically confirmed to leave, says Adam, most likely on loan with option to buy. Lewis Skelly will give Arteta one more season to find a place for him. One more season. Manager doesn't rate him. He's starting in the Community Shield, mate. And we all know how important that is. We all know how important that is. Of course, if he's starting in the Community Shield. Yeah, he must rate him. Is that why he didn't start him all last season? Oh, big claim for the penalty at the back stick. That's not Gabriel diving, is it? It's not Gabriel throwing himself on the floor. I can't believe that. It's not like him, such an ethical, honest player to go down under a stiff breeze. He's got all the Kusanov. Oh, do you know what? Oh, please beat these. These can't win the league this season. And Arteta giving it this. Check it. Fuck off. Absolutely shocking. It was a massive... That was a dive. That was a dive from Gabriel. Don't you dare check this, referee. Don't you dare check it. Yeah, good. Play on. He should have got a yellow card for that, for diving. Should have got a yellow for diving. Madness. Scowl says, do you think McInnes will get sacked if Rangers lose today, Key? They've got St Mirren, yeah. If they get beat by St Mirren in the Cup, I would imagine so. They've got Jablonec in Europe in midweek. It's your girl, Bella. You must be a Salty City fan. I'm not actually, no. I'm a Liverpool fan. Rob, he's a prick, Arteta. Something we can all get on board with. Reece, manager doesn't rate him. He only started 30 games last season, Key. He obviously rates him. He started 30 games last season. Miles Lewis-Skelly started 30 games last season for Arsenal. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. There's a big chunk of last season that he didn't play in. Let's query that, Reece. Played in 30 games. All right, it's a little bit different then, isn't it? Played in 30 games. Yeah, he was thrown off the bench in a load of them. I think he got in about 12 games. He got about 3 minutes. He got about 3 minutes. And there was a run of about 8 or 9 games where he didn't even get off the bench. Straight consecutive games. Long ball forward, straight out for a goal kick to Arsenal. Gamer Guru, not a bad start to the game. Don't wind me up. City of Northville, Miles Lewis-Skelly started 15 Premier League matches for Arsenal in 24-25. 15. There you go. Less than half. Less than half. Ruben, towards the end of the season, he picked up regular starts after was tested in midfield. He picked up regular starts because Zubimendi wasn't playing so well. However, it's also quite curious that Arsenal offered him to Chelsea and Man United, didn't they? Manchester United and Chelsea both inquired about Miles Lewis-Skelly, and there was serious interest. And Arsenal, I mean, this is coming from journals, isn't it? They've all said there was serious interest there. Credible journalists have said that it wasn't Miles Lewis-Skelly who was driving the move. He does ironically want to stay at Arsenal. It baffles me. I don't know why. But it wasn't just out of nowhere. It wasn't Man United and Chelsea just approaching out of nowhere. There was a bit of a come on, yeah, go on, we might be interested. Come on, come and inquire seriously if you want him. Ball over to the left-hand side. Doku picks it up. Doesn't even keep it in. Doesn't even keep it in. Rasta, it's called squad depth, Kay. No, listen, I know it is. But for you to have that good of a player sitting on 4th or 5th, and I don't judge Arsenal for it. I judge him. I judge Miles Lewis-Skelly that he is willing to stay on the bench as 4th or 5th choice midfielder for this team. He could go and play for Bayern. He could go and play for Man United. It's laughable, quite frankly, that he's willing to stay there. Absolutely laughable. Gamer Guru, why are you rooting for City? Pep's gone and Maresca could destroy everything you enjoyed about City's playstyle. I didn't really enjoy that much about City's playstyle. They just didn't play the way that Arsenal play. Ruben, I heard it was his own agents who offered him, so Arsenal would give him a wage upgrade. But he hasn't got that, right? He hasn't got that. So that doesn't quite ring true unless Lewis Skelly gets a new contract. If he does, then I'll say okay, fair enough. Maybe it was the agents driving it, but that's not what the journals were saying. The journals were saying that it was indeed the club who were kind of a little bit more, come on, yeah, if you put a decent offer in, we could be open to it. But Lewis Skelly doesn't want to go. Skelly would have more minutes at United. And how are you saying he wouldn't, Gamer Guru? How on earth would Miles Lewis Skelly not get more minutes at Man United than he would at Arsenal? I'm baffled how you would argue that. Of course he would. He would start pretty much every game at United, whether it's centre mid or left back. Come on, City. Little ball in. Anderson. Skelly's 19 years old. He's got plenty left to offer the club. He's dedicated to earning his spot. Foolish. Foolish, foolish. Go on, City. There you go. Oh, is he offside? Does he give a corner? What's he give? Good effort from the edge of the box there from Foden. Raya with a dangerous save, quite frankly. O'Reilly plays it back. And I don't know if that one's going to get given as a corner. Ruben can't complain that he's willing to stick with us. No, but it is odd, isn't it? It is odd. It's very odd. Pete says Lewis Skelly has no ambition if he stays there. No international ambition if he stays there. I'd agree. That's what I'm saying. I think it makes me sort of reframe what I think about him as a player, because I'm you look at players like Miles Lewis Skelly versus say Nico O'Reilly, who's on the ball now. No player made more minutes for City last season than Nico O'Reilly, and one of them went the World Cup and one of them didn't. And I think there's a reason for that. And if you were Miles Lewis Skelly and you were his agent or his family, you'd be looking and going, "You're at least as good as him. You should be on that plane to the World Cup. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. If Lewis Skelly's gone, if Nico O'Reilly's gone, you should be going." So, that can only, I don't understand why you wouldn't then at that point go, listen, I need to move on. Avram, who do you think's better as a centre-back, White or Timber? White. As a centre-back, I would say White. I would say Timber's undeniably the better player, though. Timber's might be one of the best right-backs in the world. If he's fit, obviously. No Weight Break says you guys are talking about MLS like he's 25, the kid's 19 years old. Arsenal in again, keep him out. Oh, Madwecki, that's shocking. That's shocking. Yeah, it's not about how old he is. He's played Premier League football now for 2-3 years consistently. Doesn't matter. If he's playing 2 or 3 seasons of Premier League football, then he's already got experience. Reece, Timber is top 3 right backs of all time. Yeah, I agree with you. Corner to City. If Palmer has one player ahead of him, he can be expected to stay. If he has several and can see no path to starting anytime soon, he would move to Chelsea. Well, and that's what he did, right? And he kicked on, and he's now, a top player, scored in an international final for England. And you would hope that Miles Lewis Skelly would do the same. Matt Foster, told you Arsenal would start playing better this season. After 22 minutes, this is your evidence. You think Arsenal have played well in this game? Like, you think, mate, come on. I told you Arsenal had played better this season. Good grief. City with a corner. Raya with the claim. Good claim. You can't use this as evidence of Arsenal playing better. It's not better football. They're 1-0 up. It's not better football. Government name unknown, not gonna lie, Arsenal seem to be playing better football than last season. Oh my God, they're so come on, mate, you can't make that argument. You can't. There's no rational basis to saying they're playing better football than last season. 22 minutes in. There's just not. There's no basis for it. You've had 35% possession. You've had 35% possession. You've had one shot, and that's the goal. That's the only... How are you arguing you're playing better football? It's confirmation bias. It's confirmation bias. You're looking for a reason to say, hey, we're actually playing really good footy this season. No, you're not. Go on, Haaland. Teddy, this is the best I've seen Arsenal play, Key. See, I can believe that. I can believe that it's the best you've seen Arsenal play. Jack, did you see any of this last season? What, in 20-minute spells? Yes. You've had 35. You're not dominating City. You're not playing, lovely, free-flowing foot. Look how slow you are. You stood static on the ball. It's the exact same stuff that we've seen last season from Arsenal. It's the same stuff we've seen under Arteta, full stop. 7 years. When we play as bad as football as Liverpool, I'll start to worry. Liverpool play very good football. We just play it really ineffectively. We're just not very good at football. But we play a good brand of football. A good brand of it, at least. City of Northville take desire right out of it, regardless where he goes. We just see this all the time when players who are in demand can't see a path to starting regular football. Arsenal down the right-hand side. Maresca, great tackle from Gvardiol. Such an important player for City this season, Gvardiol. He was a big, big miss for him last year. Aaron says, come on, Key, you'd bite someone's arm off to win the league if it meant playing Arsenal's way. No, that wouldn't work at Liverpool. Would work at Man United now, but Liverpool have won 2 leagues in the last few years. There's an expectation now. Do you know where the evidence for that is, by the way? The evidence for me saying Liverpool wouldn't tolerate the Arsenal style of play. Look at Arne Slot last season. Arne Slot got sacked. He got sacked for playing a poor style of play. That's what it was. It wasn't anything to do with results. It was all to do with how he played. And I personally don't believe that was his style of play, but it was the way that it was the football we were serving up. The football Liverpool were serving up prompted Arne Slot to be sacked. That was why he got sacked. So no, Liverpool fans would not tolerate playing football like Arsenal. Wouldn't happen. Same as United. United might do a little bit more so because they're starved of success to some degree. If they were to win a title playing like Arsenal, I think they'd take it. But I tell you what, year two, you wouldn't get away with it. No chance. Year 2, they'd be saying, come on, you need to play the United way. United Calypso would be getting sung. User forever, Arteta is the Spanish Tony Pulis. Under the floodlights, Musiala just collapsed on the pitch in a friendly. Game's been stopped. Ooh, I hope not. I mean, I'll take your word for it, but I hope that's not the case. Hope he's all right. Oh my God, it's 2! Fucking 2-0. What's happened now? And it's Havertz as well. I fucking hate that shit bag. Him and Gabriel. Come on. Wake up, City. This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign for the new season. 28 minutes in. I might have to change my prediction for first manager sacked. It might be Maresca. Ball in. Solis heads it across. It's Donnarumma. Donnarumma, what are you doing? Oh my God. Donnarumma's an absolute joker. City need a new keeper. Fucking hell. Oh my God. That's terrible. He's terrible. Right, here we go. I'm going to say this now. If Arsenal don't win the league this season by at least 10 points, they are up there. Well, no, they already are. They're the worst champions ever. If they don't piss the league this year, it's an embarrassment. An embarrassment if they don't piss this league this year. Call it as it is now. They have to win the league this year. They have to. This is what they're up against. This is the second best team in the league. Oh my God. Goodness gracious me. Embarrassing. Embarrassment. This is what the league has become. We're basically the SPL for a long period of time, aren't we now? Ben White back to Miles Lewis-Skelly. 2 shots. City haven't had a shot the Foden one. The Foden one. And I think didn't that get dragged back anyway for offside or... This is a bad start from Manchester City. Robert says Arsenal will lose to Villa. We'll stop them. Listen, I'd love it if Liverpool could compete. If Liverpool can't compete, then any other side that actually plays football to win the league would be fantastic. If Arsenal do decide, I don't think it'll happen under Arteta, but if Arsenal do somehow decide to play decent football this season, I've no problem with them winning it. I've no problem with them winning the league if they actually play football. It's this set-piece guff nonsense. Now, they'll say, oh, well, we've scored 2, not from set-pieces. And that's true, but that doesn't mean you're going to play this way all season. And this isn't even evidence of Arsenal playing better. It's just not. City have been shocking. Haaland, oh my God. Get Foden off immediately. Get Foden off the pitch. Here's Elliot Anderson. Come on. 116 million for this fella. Ball over to the right-hand side with Semenyo. Foden, back to Semenyo. Too easy. Good defending that. Corner ball. Corner ball. Jimmy says Foden has had the biggest fall-off I've ever seen. I mean, he wasn't anywhere close to it last season, was he? And this season, he needs a big year. I do think there's a world where City sell Foden at the end of this year if it just isn't working out. Oh, here we go. Tell me please tell me he's going to let City retake the corner here. There was grappling there from Odegaard and Ruben Dias shoved him off. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. Gamer Guru from fans from all over, lad, who would guess Arsenal fans to be vocal during an Arsenal game. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's very true. Raphael says, for me, Foden and Grealish are 2 that didn't show their full potential, in my opinion. I'd agree with that. Yeah. Ross O'Connor, where's Liverpool? It's a city just in the northwest of England, mate. Stephen Morton, the thing I don't like about Arsenal is they are Arsenal. I have no problem with Arsenal. I just really want them to play actual football. They didn't do it at any point under Mikel Arteta. I'm hoping maybe this season they will. We've played great today. I would agree. I think you've been the better side. There's no doubt about that. I don't know about played great, but you've been the better side for sure. City have been awful. As soon as you concede after 24 seconds, I think that sets the tone, doesn't it? Let's be honest. User 904, seasons sewn up already. GG's everyone else. I mean, it's true. It's true. Arsenal have to win it. It's an absolute failure if they don't. I'm glad we're all agreed. I am glad we are all agreed that if Arsenal fail to win the league this year, it's an embarrassment. I agree. It's good. We've actually got some sort of conformity, unanimity, some sort of agreement anyway, some consensus on the channel that indeed Arsenal will win the league. Arsenal have to win the league, and a failure to do so is an embarrassment. I'm glad we're all agreed on that now. We're all agreed. Reese, I genuinely think we might go invincible this season. Oh, Reese just stoking the fire as usual. Trevor, have Liverpool ever won it back to back? We have, mate. Yeah, many times. Many times. Doku, good ball in. Haaland. Oh, shocking. Shocking. Must do better. Lee, reckon we go invincible and get the treble. 100%. Trevor, prob in the 70s or 80s, right? Yeah. What's up with that? Football existed before the 90s, mate. Rob, you've not won the Prem back-to-back. We haven't won the Prem back-to-back. You're right. You're right. But then again, not many teams have. Not many teams have. Rafael, how is my favourite team doing today? Rangers. I don't know, mate. I know they're in the cup against St Mirren today, but I've no idea how they're getting on. Let's have a look, actually. I don't know. Have they even kicked off yet? Let's have a look. Scottish League Cup. No, they kick off at 4. Kick off at 4. Madweki is actually awful. We need to keep Wanyeri. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that Arsenal are letting Wanyeri go. Oh, that's a dive. No, Jelly, that's a dive. I'm glad he's got booked for that. Again, that's the second big major dive from Arsenal in this game, trying to win penalties. And they wonder why there is such a backlash against the way they play. It's so dark arts. They are literally Arteta. It's Severus Arteta in it. Mikel Snape. Defense against the dark arts professor. Severus Arteta. We love diving. I know you do, Jack. I can see it, mate. I absolutely can see it. Dive, dive, dive. Calafiori dive, Gabriel dive. There should be 2 yellow cards for diving in this game in the opening half hour of football in the domestic season, and they should have 2 yellow cards for diving. That's why people don't like him. 100% dive. Ball out to the right-hand side for Semenyo. Come on, City. Goal before half-time here. You'll get these. If you can pinch one before half-time, these'll wilt. These'll wilt. Like a chocolate teapot. Ball over to the far side. Doku. Must be. Oh! Fucking hell. Haaland. Straight at the keeper. Straight at the keeper. Oh, he's garbage, Jim. He's going to have one of them seasons, isn't he? He's going to play like bloody... But this time, must be... Oh, my God. Sitter FC. Over the bar. Joke. City can't finish the dinner. 2 massive chances for City. Should be 2-1. Garbage. Hits it into the ground. Hits it into the ground. Shocking. Arsenal get off easily here. Corner cleared away by Arsenal. I'd love it. I would love it if there was some sort of closer VAR for set pieces this season. Something that would stop what happened with the West Ham goal. Because there's going to be a load of that this season. There's going to be wrestling, there's going to be grappling, and we know who's going to be the best at it. It's going to be the ones that don't, try and bend the rules and try and... The ones that got away with it the most last season. The refs are really going to have to watch these this season and watch for more of that. Throwing themselves on the floor, arms and all that everywhere. Jimmy, they are enforcing that this season, blocking the goalkeeper. Oh, okay, well then, hey, that might not be too bad. That's one thing, at least. Gamer Guru, Arsenal getting lucky with the deflections. Yeah. Aaron, show me a single goal Arsenal scored last season where we blocked the keeper. Didn't happen. Oh, Aaron. Oh, Aaron. Gary Simpson, afternoon. All good to see you, Gary. How's it going? There's Jack Grealish applauding the fans. Jelly says Arsenal have gone down in my estimation. And I would love it if Arsenal lose. Government name unknown. Madueke should just pass because he always wastes good opportunities. Madueke's fine. Madueke is okay. But he's no more than a backup player. And I would argue that having him as a backup player in a side that has aspirations to win the league is a problem. And I reckon if you said to Arsenal fans, look, we're gonna sell Madueke and we're gonna keep Ethan Nwaneri. I reckon if you did a poll of Arsenal fans on that specific subject, they would much rather keep Nwaneri. This is so poor from City. Oh, I tell you what, that would have been a good goal from Calafiori. That was so poor from City defensively. You can see Maresca's just not happy at all with this. Madueke puts it into Ben White. Lovely little stud-up cross to the far post. And Calafiori with the volley. If that goes in, that's a really, really good goal. So that's better. That's the first bit of really, really good football we've seen from Arsenal today. But, that said, City are just all over the place here. Look at that again. Played it short. Arsenal have got a chance here. Is it going to go out? Just about. Keith can't bear Arsenal winning and having their fans bragging about another trophy. And Jerry, we don't want Noni at all. Here's Doku. Come on, knock it past him. You've got the pace to burn there. Corner kick, City. The City of Northville says the very first game against United, Arsenal pulled that shit. They did. Yes, you're right, actually. Yes. Very, very fair assessment, actually. Aaron, you asked for an example. There you go. There's a perfect example. You said that there was no time last season where Arsenal stood on the goalkeeper and blocked him coming for the ball and they scored off that. You said there was no goal. The very first game of last season they did. Man United, Old Trafford, blocked by India, should have been a foul. Arsenal scored, they won the game. That, in the end, that was the sort of thing that won him the title. So it's that sort of stuff. And it's really good that we're not going to see that this season. They're going to clamp down on that a little bit more this season. That is exactly what we're hoping for anyway. Scouse, have you backed corners? 6 so far. I haven't. No, I've stayed away from this one. Stayed away from it. Matt says, can nobody go near the keeper then? I think there's an element of you can go near the keeper, but what you can't do is put someone on the keeper and have them backing in and preventing them coming out for the ball. Ange Postecoglou talked about it on the overlap. He said it was one of the things he'd love to change about football. The whole set piece dynamics. It's something that really bugs people because it's not football. It's anti-football. And Ange Postecoglou hated it, and lots of other football fans hate it, to be honest. But Arsenal do it very well, and it's good to see they're going to clamp down on it this season. Oh, Donnarumma, what are you doing? City off the line. Arsenal still in with a chance. Oh, my God, City. This is Sunday League football, this. Sunday League footy. What's the chances of Arsenal doing back-to-back Prems? I mean, I think they're going to win it this season. They have to, don't they? Surely. They have to. City of Northville, but then West Ham get a push, and what happens? Agreed, yeah. Listen, if we're saying that by India one wasn't a case of blocking the goalkeeper, then what? The West Ham one was. Silly. Right. Half-time. City are woeful, says Ian. Ian, I have to agree with you, mate. They've been terrible. They've been god-awful. Absolutely god-awful today. And they came out still obviously asleep, still obviously in pre-season mode, and Arsenal, one good pass, cuts them apart through the middle, and Calafiori made it 1-0 inside, 30 seconds? Less than that. So, yeah, it doesn't bode well. It really doesn't bode well for City this season. And we're currently watching the second best side in the Premier League against Arsenal, and honestly, it just confirms what we all suspect, isn't it? If Arsenal don't win the league this season, it's an absolute failure on their part. Jack says this is the dominant side of the last 10 years. No, it's not the dominant side of the last 10 years. Don't fool yourself into thinking that Arsenal beat the great Man City. Pep Guardiola. You didn't. You've never beaten the great Man City with Pep Guardiola. Never. You beat a shadow of Pep Guardiola's City side last season, and you'll beat a shadow of Enzo Maresca's blossoming City side, let's assume, if he keeps his job. Yeah, you've not beat the top City side. Not at all. Last minute penalty to Pats. Hibs have won 1-0 against Partick Thistle. Stenhousemuir 0, Motherwell 0 in the Scottish Cup. Hearts 5-2 against Inverness. Right, sorry, what have I said? Here we go. Gamer Guru says, push, mate. 2 players was holding the keeper and 1 was holding his arm. Nah. Hey, and what about the fella in front of him who was dragging down, was it Mavropanos who was getting dragged into the net? Was that Rice? It was Rice, wasn't it? Rice was dragging Mavropanos. Silly. PDM, anything nice to say about Arsenal this half? Not just City not turning up yet. Yeah, they've played better. They've played better footy. Not massively better. I don't think it's evidence of saying Arsenal are going to play a really good, attractive style of play. No, come on. Let's not be silly. Let's not be silly. Pete says, with that clowning goal, no wonder Italy haven't qualified for the World Cup in 8 years. I mean, yeah, listen, City have fallen asleep at the start, and then Donnarumma has thrown one in his own net. He's thrown one in his own his own net. So, it's no surprise. Arsenal in front, they deserve to be in front. There's no doubt about that. But it doesn't bode well. Certainly doesn't bode well for the season. Top football elite. Quit it, lad. You are the biggest rage bait. Keep giving us our tears, fella. That doesn't make any sense. Quit it. Keep giving us our tears. Which is it then, Chief? Which is it? Jelly says City need to stop the keeper going to the kebab shop. Eh? Well, he did he got sent to the shop, that one, didn't he? The Cozy Tootsie, you make me dislike Liverpool. I hope they finish 6th. Oh, don't say that. Oh, that's really mean. Oh, don't say that, mate. That's really ruined my day now. Please don't say that. Will you take that back? Will you take that back for me? Say you hope that Liverpool do well this season for me. I'll not sleep tonight if you think that. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight, knowing that the Cozy Tootsie wants Liverpool to finish 6th. PDM, a lot of players to come back and get full fitness after the World Cup. Well, exactly. But I don't think that's going to change a whole lot in terms of the competition Arsenal have. Unless City really do go and spend another 150 million towards the end of this window, which isn't maybe out of the question. But if they do, they're going to have to go and spend... They're going to have to get another 2 centre mids, maybe, if Rodri's going. I don't think Buwadi's a really smart signing for him. They definitely need a keeper. Oh, you can't win a Premier League title with Donnarumma in goal. You can't. You're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. Liam McClintock, Haaland looks like he's not even trying. He just looks... I mean, the one chance he's had, he's hit it straight at Ryan, hasn't he? S. Mason, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Ash Huddleston, are Arsenal looking good or City looking poor? City looking... Well... The 2 goals have come directly from City looking poor. Let's call it as it is. There's been a couple of chances outside of that Arsenal have done well to create. But the 2 goals have directly come from City switching off. Very, very silly. I think if you're Enzo Maresca, you're watching those 2 goals back and your goalkeeper's getting criticised heavily for the second one. Donnarumma basically throws it in his own net. It's basically an own goal for the second one. The first one's a really good pass from Miles Lewis-Skelly. To give him his credit, it's a good pass through. But City are all over the place. They are all over the place. Ash, agreed, as an Arsenal fan, hoping for more come the start of the season. Listen, like I said, no one would want Arsenal to play better football than I. I have to watch them most of the season. I'd much rather watch good footy. PDM says, to be fair, Key, I can see Liverpool finishing 5th this season. Arsenal, City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, you can put them 5 in any order for top 5. Well, I would say at this moment in time, I think Liverpool are probably more likely to finish 6th. Unless, if the window shuts right now, today, I think we probably finish just outside the top 5. If we can get another couple of wingers in, which we definitely need, and probably a centre mid, outside chance we could maybe compete for 3rd or 4th. But if someone said strongly, I think Liverpool will finish 5th, I can't really argue with you, mate. We're certainly not in a title race this season. We're miles off it. Miles off it. Anthony F. City getting slapped up with Arsenal missing half their first team. 30 minutes to go. Saka, Rice, Gyökeres, Darman. Oh yeah, bring Darman on, please. Bring the super kid on. City of Northville, it's all the extra shit Arsenal fans now want to extrapolate from that. Arsenal dominating for the last 10 years. Arsenal greatest side to win. Arsenal should get a gold cup instead. Yeah, it is. It's a massive inferiority complex, isn't it? The Cozy Tootsie, I'm out. Fuck Liverpool and come on, you Gunners. Take it easy, mate. See you later. Gamer Guru, North, all fan bases have fans who say silly shit that people run with like it's everyone saying it. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. All fan bases have some wackos in them, right? And as we know from you, mate, as we know from you and Rasta and lots of great Arsenal fans who we have in the chat, I know it's not all here. I know there's a lot of lovely, well, the vast majority of Arsenal fans we've encountered actually have been really, really sound. But there's a bunch of you. Oh my goodness me. Gamer Guru, like United fans claiming they're back after finishing third and now saying the league's in the bag. Again, yeah, we've had that too, haven't we? All summer. Jelly saying that United are going to win the league this season. He knows, he believes deep down to his core United are winning the league this year. It's not happening. It's not happening, and nobody's going to laugh more than I when they don't. But they are adamant, aren't they? They're adamant they're going to win the league. Frankie, must be gutted at the score, mate. Oh, I'm devastated. I'm devastated. In a pre-season friendly, I'm gutted. Yeah. I'm gutted. Soul, some Liverpool fans are top tier wallies as well. All fan bases haven't broke. Couldn't agree more with you. I agree. I've called out Liverpool fans this season as well, and last season. Gary says, can see Spurs having a good season, in my opinion. The only way is up. Yes. Yes, I agree. I think Spurs have got a very good chance of top 5 this season. Chelsea too. H11, why do you hate Arsenal so much? I don't hate Arsenal, mate. You've got the wrong idea. You've got the wrong end of the stick. Liam says, I've joined your fantasy football team. Cool, nice one. Love it. Anthony says, you laugh at Darman Key, but he's better than Madwecki, and he's been good this half. Madwecki's been good this half. He's done all right, hasn't he? Yeah, he's done okay. But I'm not sure I would say that that Darman's better than Madwecki. No. I think you would rather keep Darman. If you had to sell one, you'd rather keep Darman than Madwecki. I can understand that. But then again, you're also selling Wanyuri and keeping Madwecki. So what does that say about Arteta? El Chapo says, no, and he's been shocking. Mochara, Madwecki is hot ass. See, well, there you go. There's plenty of people who disagree in the chat. Madwecki's maybe not been so good this half. Darren, Wharton would be perfect next to Anderson for City. Kovacic is finished. That Arsenal winger looks a bargain for FPL. Solis? No. No. LRX, I don't hate Arsenal, also celebrates when they concede and actively hate watches. Actively hate watches. Actively hate watches. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? I don't hate watch. I watch Arsenal, and I watch Chelsea, and I watch City, and I watch United, I watch Liverpool. The whole point of the channel is we watch games of football more than anyone else. We do more watch-alongs than anyone else. That's what it is. We watch a game every single day. So yeah, some days it is Arsenal. But that's not actively hate watching him. It's not actively hate watching him. Jack says, Mikel Arteta has decided to come out and go, Pep isn't here, so let's cook them. He should do, though, shouldn't he? He should do. MUFCJ says, people expect you to not give stick to your rivals. This is football, not tennis. They're just a little bit silly, aren't they? Just a little bit salty. But you always celebrate them losing, conceding, not the same for any other team. How much of my watch-alongs have you watched, mate? I'm guessing not a lot, which is fine, by the way, but you can't say against any other team. Believe me, I celebrate every goal against United and Everton as well. And Chelsea. I don't like United, Chelsea, or Everton. Epic handle name, how you doing, Key? Join the FPL. Arsenal looking good, right? Yeah, they're looking great, mate. Unstoppable. Gamer Guru, Madwecki must either have something over Arteta or licks arse really nice to stay over Wanyuri. Toonami, Solis has been brilliant. Don't know why you're acting as though he isn't. I just don't rate him. I watch Solis a lot for Club Brugge. And we watched him for Norwich as well. I don't think he's that good. I really don't. I think 35, 40 million for him. It's a lot of money. And I still don't imagine he'll contribute in a massive way beyond the set pieces. He's a set piece chance creation king, right? He'll do really well on the set pieces, which is Arsenal's bread and butter, right? That's what they love. So he'll do well on the set pieces. He'll take most of the set pieces and he'll get a lot of assists from that. But I think assists from open play probably won't be his bread and butter this season. Fred, genuinely think you're the only Liverpool fan I like. Oh, I like you too, Fred. Tactical touch, the people's team aren't looking good. This is the team Arsenal rival fans run to for help. El Chapo, he never got a chance at Norwich though. That's coming from a Norwich fan. He played 14 games, mate, and got, I think, 2 touches in the penalty area. Andy Foster, you can't hate Chelsea. We let you have Rio. You didn't let us have Rio. Toonami, bet you rate Victor Munoz, though. How is Victor Munoz in any way comparable to Christos Solis? Victor Munoz created a third of all Osasuna goals last season, and he's 22. He also didn't do most of them from set pieces, as Solis did. MK, Liverpool are going to come 7th this season. Nah, don't be silly. Don't be silly. Oh, Jack Grealish coming on. Christ, City might keep the ball now. City might actually keep the ball. Fred, I think Arsenal should sign Krupi if we can. I rate him. I agree, mate. Yeah, 4 months out injured. Get him signed up quickly. Get him signed up. Right, Grealish about to enter the fray. Maybe Everton won't get him after all. Come on, Jack. Come on, Jackie Grealish. Sort it out. Who's he coming on for? Tell me it's for Doku. He was garbage in the first half. Grealish for Doku. Come on. Confirm it. Tsunami, Solis got over 40 goals and assists last season. Yeah, in the Belgian league, mate. In the Belgian league. Onuachu. Paul Onuachu, who Southampton brought to the Premier League for about 20 million quid. He was Belgian Player of the Year, got something like 40 goals in 41 appearances in Belgium. Came to Southampton, didn't score in his first 12 games or something stupid. Michael Bilson, nobody will be close to Arsenal this season in the Prem. I agree. Yeah, we all agree. We all agree. Nobody will be close to Arsenal this season. And that is a real damning indictment on where the Premier League is at this moment, isn't it? Because Arsenal aren't that great. But Arsenal are going to be comfortably Premier League champions. Right, Declan Rice coming on here. Who's he replacing? Guimaraes. Bruno's off. Bruno is off. Jimmy, don't know how you deal with these Twitter stat merchants on here, mate. They're just kids. They're just kids. They've not got brains. They're just kids. Epic handle name. I'm an Arsenal fan, but people should really cool it. It's one Prem in 22 years. It just feels great not being terrified by City anymore. There you go. See, that's lovely. I love that. Love that. One Prem in 22 years. It's no big deal. Jack Footy says, everyone said English clubs had to race for Gianluigi Donnarumma. It didn't quite bear fruit, did it? I mean, to be honest, he's been very... I think Donnarumma is really, really good. Even though the first goal doesn't quite prove this to be the case. He's very, very good with his hands. He's a good shot stopper. But he's awful. And I mean, truly, truly awful when you ask him to have the ball at his feet. Okay, Rangers has just kicked off. Gamer Guru can see why PSG showed Donnarumma the door. I think they'd quite happily take him back though, you know. Like, they paid big money to get Lucas Chevalier in, and that didn't work out. Now they're trying to move him on. And Safanov, he was only ever meant to be a backup. They signed him from the Russian league. I don't think it was Kazan. Where did they sign him from? Was it Terek Grozny? They signed him from the Russian league anyway, Safanov. He was never meant to be a first choice keeper, and yet he's, you know, basically first choice for the entirety of last year, won the Champions League. City of Northfield, people are making some real sweeping statements on the back of a friendly. It is, yeah, it is still a friendly. That's important to remember. I'm sure there won't be a huge amount of weight placed on this one from Maresca. He will come out and say after the game that, yeah, this is just another warm-up game. It doesn't make or break the season. And that's true. However, it also doesn't look great. Here's Solis. Good ball. Must be 3. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, that's an absolutely shocking bit of defending from City. Tell you what, this is statuesque. This is statuesque. Unbelievable stuff. Solis plays a little ball in towards the penalty spot. Odegaard steps in. It's 3-0. 3-0 Arsenal after 47 minutes, 48 minutes. Haaland looking to the sky. This is going to be a procession. This isn't a title race. This is a procession. Arsenal are going to walk it this year. They're going to absolutely walk it because nobody else is any good. It's going to be another terrible Premier League season in terms of quality. Look at the state of that from Gvardiol. And Donnarumma just lies down. Oh my God. Oh, it's bad. It's so bad. Absolutely shocking from City. Absolutely dreadful. Appalling. City falling apart. Arsenal 3, City 0. Fucking hell, what are we doing here? What on earth are we doing here, folks? Oh, epic handle name. I'm surprised City didn't go for Zion Suzuki. He looks quality. Well, yeah, I was going to say PSG have pulled out of that one now, haven't they? He's going to Villa, Zion Suzuki. Danny, in terms of quality, that's other teams' fault for having and buying poorly. Well, it is and it isn't. To some extent, Arsenal have landed in a sweet spot where Pep Guardiola's left, Jurgen Klopp's left. You're not really competing with top Premier League sides. You're competing with 2 of the best ever sides in the Premier League in transition, basically. So, you've got Liverpool losing Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, Matip, Diaz, the whole Jota thing, like all that has just completely coincided with Arsenal being good. City the same, De Bruyne going, John Stones going. Like these are mass Ederson. These are all big things that they've had to lose, and and now Pep Guardiola leaving as well. So Arsenal have just landed in a sweet spot, and I don't think history will look back on them favourably in terms of a great title winning side, but they will be. They absolutely will be. Make no bones about it. They will be. They'll retain it. They'll be one of the few teams to retain a Premier League title. And look at that. Listen, it tells you everything, doesn't it? Enzo Maresca, a qualified coach, highly rated, now managed Chelsea and Man City. And the first thing he's doing, even though City are 3-0 down, 49 minutes in, is it? 50 minutes in? He's bringing on a centre-back. The defending from City today has been, to say it's Sunday League would be kind. It's been so bad. So bad. Matt says, well, Klopp didn't finish above Arteta in his last 3 seasons and Arteta just beat Pep. No, that's not true. That's not true. Oh, Donnarumma. Don't give Donnarumma the ball at his feet. Don't give Donnarumma the ball at his feet. No free cup says, as an Arsenal fan, Liverpool are our biggest threat this season. No. Your biggest threat this season, Arsenal's biggest threat this season, I'll tell you this now, is Arsenal. There is nobody else. It's the same as it was last season. There was no threat to Arsenal last season. It wasn't a good City side. You invited a title race. It'll be the same this season. The only thing that will stop Arsenal winning the league will be Arsenal. There is no other team. There's nobody else. There's no quality in this league. It's a terrible league. Same as it was last year. And same as it was the year before when Liverpool won it. I'll say the same. It was the same the year before when Liverpool won it. You've got three teams going through a transition. Liverpool won it at a procession. There was nobody competing with us. And it's exactly the same for Arsenal now. It's exactly the same. MUFCJ says United won't even get top four with no midfield and Rashford back on the wing. Rashi, get Rashi in. Mr. Ant-Man, you never said that when you won it. You said you were the best team. No, that's not true. If you go back, you'll see that's just not true. Fred says, see, at least you admit Liverpool won an easy league, same with us last season. It's true, there you go. There's nothing wrong with admitting it. You can only beat who's in front of you. And if who's in front of you is pretty crap, you're the best team in the league that year. Liverpool were the best team in the league that year. Arsenal were the best team in the league last year. And they're the best team in the league this year. They'll win it. If they don't win it, it's a failure. Let's just call it as it is. It is a failure. Gay and Marmouche on for O'Reilly and Haaland. There you go. There is absolutely no chance of City coming back into this now. Jack says you can't even sit here and say it's a good game, and usually 3-0s are really, really good. They're not. It's been a terrible, like a really, really terrible City performance. Like, I think two things can be true at the same time. Let's be fair. Two things can be true at the same time. Arsenal can play well and City can play terrible. That's objectively true. But I think it's far more that City have been terrible today than Arsenal have been very good. Arsenal haven't had to be very good to be 3-0 up, have they? They haven't. They haven't had to do really. Like, the goals that Arsenal have scored, they're not complicated. They're very simple goals. They've scored 3 goals and they've still scored 3 against City. Fair play. Call it as it is, but oh, come on. City, every single City fan will be telling you just how bad this game was for them. Dennis Skelly pass was great. It was. Yeah, the Miles Lewis Skelly pass was fantastic. Fantastic. We're playing so much better, free-flowing and direct. You're not playing free-flowing football. You've been allowed so much time and space. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, my God. City are absolutely shocking here. Andy Foster says Arsenal haven't played that well to me. They've just been better than City. Well, yeah, that's fair. Ozzy says, could it be that maybe, just maybe, that Arsenal are actually a pretty decent side? They are. I've never said anything other than that. I said it last season. They were the best side in the league last season. I said it all year. They're the best side in the league this season. I don't know what more you want. Why don't you just give Arsenal some credit? I do. I've told you you're the best side. Multiple times. The best side in the league. No doubt about it. But not like a generational, like, wow, the brilliance. They're not great to watch. They're not great to watch. Arsenal fans know it. Fred says, I think we're playing quicker football than last season, not by much, but still. It's hard to balance it because you're looking at City and look at the space that Arsenal have been afforded all game. This isn't a Arsenal playing a great City side at the peak of their powers. The fact that they've even brought Jack Grealish on tells you everything. They've took Haaland off. Like, Ryan says, do you think Arsenal need to get that marquee left winger based on Solis's start at Arsenal? No. I think you've got the best left winger in world football, mate, to be honest. I actually think Real Madrid will be knocking on the door for Solis before long to replace Vinicius Jr. Yeah, he's been that good. I think usually they'll do that based off 50 minutes in a pre-season friendly. City strike. Oh, and it's cleared away too easily. Fred says, Haaland has basically just sat there, so I'd take him off as well. And Jimmy says, we can only play what's in front of us, not our fault. City didn't turn up. I agree, I've said that, mate. I said exactly them words. Jack says, Arsenal may actually walk every match. This actually could be an invincible season. Not sure if that's delusional. It's not. It's not delusional in any way, because the way that Arsenal play and the quality they have, and, you know, the comparative quality of the teams they're going to face, I don't think they will go unbeaten. They won't be invincible. But, I mean, they could do. They could do. They'll lose usually games like, or they'll drop points certainly in games like they did against Wolves last season where they just can't quite break the team down, and then they always have moments, don't they, Arsenal? They're always liable to a bit of a wobble. Psychologically, that's the big thing with Arsenal. Psychologically, you're just never quite sure. They're not champions. They're champions in name, but not quite champions in psychology. They're not like winners. Not like born winners. When you saw City and Liverpool and United, the great United sides over the years, you would see that they'd go behind and they'd always come back. It was never quite the case with Arsenal. I always feel like they've got a bit of a soft centre, Arsenal. They've always got a bit of a soft centre. They're like a cream egg. Hard on the outside, but a soft, gooey centre on the inside. The cream egg of football, Arsenal. Fred, do you think we'll win a Champions League or always fall at the last hurdle? I mean, that's a psychology thing, isn't it? They've got the team to. Yeah, they've got the team to. Well, have they got the team to, actually? Have they got the team to? What the fuck has Rico Lewis done to his hair? Rico Lewis giving Slim Shady vibes on the touchline. This is bad. Yeah, no, I agree. I do think you're right. I absolutely agree that Arsenal have the ability to go far in the Champions League again, and they should do. But it's the attack in it. They don't really have a massive amount of quality in attack. When you look at Real Madrid and you've got Mbappe, Vinny, Diamand, you look at PSG, they've got, you know, Dembele, Doué, Kvaratskhelia. Even look at Bayern and, you know, they've got Luis Diaz, Elise, Kane. It's just not comparable. When you look and you compare it and they've got Saka, Havertz and Solis. Great. It's just not, it's not even remote. And the midfield as well. The midfield's nowhere near it. So player for player, no. But if they anti-football their way to a Champions League, that's entirely possible. Aaron says, you are just the most dishonest man ever. We beat Bayern last year with that team. So what, because you beat them, you're better than them? Is that how it works? Because you beat them, you're better than them? Well, City beat you last season as well, so does that mean they're better than you? Even though you're beating them now? Come on, mate. Come on. Gamer Guru, Solis hasn't even shown his peak yet. Can't judge yet. I mean, I think the argument that he's going to be Kvaratskhelia or Vinny levels, you know, that was the original question, wasn't it? Do you think Arsenal need to go and get a top left winger if they have ambitions of winning the Champions League? Or can they just have Solis over there now, given how he started in a pre-season friendly here? I would say that's just a tad, just a little bit premature. I'm fine with people saying that's me being unreasonable. But I would say that conversation is a little bit premature to say that maybe we didn't need Vinny after all because we've got Solis. You were never getting Vinny anyway. We all know that. Vinny was taking the piss out of you. Vinny was having a laugh, getting his new contract. Saying, go on, let's call Arsenal again and tell him put another contract offer in. But Solis is not in the same... He's about 6 or 7 tiers below that level, isn't he? He might well be a very decent left winger. I would say personally, I'd say Trossard's better. Trossard is comfortably better than Solis at this moment in time. Oh, wonderful play. Arsenal strike, side netting. Vinny doesn't even lace Solis's boot, says Reese. Ichigo says he doesn't need to be that level, he just needs to improve a team that went to a Champions League final. Oh, Trossard got an assist in a Champions League final. I think Trossard's a better player than him. Fred, I want a winger like Sanchez again. Oh yeah, Alexis Sanchez would be a game changer for Arsenal if you could reinvent someone like that. Here's Marmouche. Gives the ball away. Fuck. This just isn't... Like, you're beating Manchester City in name only here. I really, really hope there's an acknowledgement of that. I don't think there will be, but they are beating City in name only. This has not been... if someone had said that what's actually happened here is Tranmere Rovers have put City's kits on and played in this game, I wouldn't have disagreed with you. This is Tranmere Rovers wearing Manchester City masks. Jack says Manchester City honestly could get relegated. I wouldn't go that far. And Sugun says Haaland was substituted around about the 50th minute for being god-awful, and all of a sudden they've got Rico Lewis playing at centre-forward. What is that? Oh my God. Ichigo, they'll still be second in the league this season, City. And you might be right. I can't even disagree with that. You might be right. They might be the second best team in the league. But doesn't that just tell you everything about the league this season? And last season, and the season before? Liverpool and Arsenal have pissed the last 2 leagues without being very good. Without having to be very good. We've won the league. Liverpool and Arsenal won it on, 84 and 85 points. That is 2 of the lowest point totals there has ever been in Premier League history for a title winner. If Liverpool and Arsenal pissed the league in the last 2 years, Arsenal will probably piss it again this year. That tells you that's a very clear picture on the way the Premier League has gone. Sugden says, I need Haaland to score. Well, that's not going to happen. He's not on the pitch, mate. He's been substituted. Gamer Guru, this is Maresca at fault, not the City players. They can only play as well as what they were set up for. Maresca hasn't got a clue, and we are the talking point over Maresca being out of his depth. Well, that is an interesting point, actually. Let's pivot to City here, right? Is this a case of Manchester City needing freshness, newness to their players, or is this a tactical nightmare? Is this Enzo Maresca getting it all wrong? What is the reason for this City flop today? And it is. I'm not saying that Arsenal, before anyone says, I'm not saying that Arsenal haven't played well today. They've been the better side comfortably, but if we're saying what's the reason for the scoreline, I think the biggest standout is that Manchester City have capitulated. They have been so bad in every area of the pitch. And is that due to tactics and setup? Is it due to fitness? Is it due to the players on the pitch? What is it that's actually missing? What is it that you've got the issue with here? Is it Maresca being out of his depth, as Gamer Guru asserts? Jeffers, so bad, or they have been made to look bad? No, bad. They have been bad. They have been very bad. Gamer Guru, any manager would rip your arm off for that City team. Not all managers know how to play them. Maresca is out of his element. And Jack says Man City might as well just have started no goalkeeper. I think you could argue that Maresca didn't set his City side up well, because immediately, or prepare them, or whatever it was, because they came out half asleep, didn't they? Arsenal came out and hit them cold. 30 seconds, they're a goal down. That's always immediately a problem. Then Donnarumma throws one in his own net. So 2-0 down before half-time. And then they go in at half-time again, and within 2 minutes, you're 3-0 down. So that would be a big question mark for me, would be Enzo Maresca, whatever way he's setting his team up, like, emotionally, just forget the tactics for a minute. Forget how you're actually setting them up on the pitch. How are you sending them out of the dressing room? Whatever way you're sending them out the dressing room can't be working if you have literally just conceded within 90 seconds in the second half and 30 seconds in the first. That has to be a problem. City of Northville, Maresca is not Pep. It was insulting to pretend that he is. He has to have time to get them on board. Pep is going to go down as a legendary manager. As a United fan, I can admit this. So, of course, it won't be without growing pains. Yes, there will need to be some time afforded for Enzo Maresca, just as there will for Andoni Areola, just as there will for Xabi Alonso, and that is why Arsenal will piss the league. We agree, surely. Bez Monday, it can be that everyone is improving and capable of taking points from each other. Low points total doesn't necessarily mean that the winning team or the league is poor. That's a valid point. Doesn't necessarily mean that, but I think that does mean that in this case. You're right that it doesn't necessarily mean it, but I think it does in this case. I think we've had a very poor 2-3 years in the Premier League. I absolutely do believe that we've, quality-wise, the league has suffered. And it's the fact that Arsenal have won it last season and will probably win it again this season is a big smoking gun on that front. City of Northville, I couldn't believe that City picked Maresca either, and every one of the talking heads talked like this was a perfect fit. I think Maresca was promoted above what he was ready for. Who would you have appointed then as City manager if it wasn't Maresca? Who would you have gone for? Arsenal in the area, back to Saka. Ball pulled back on the right-hand side. Must be. Oh, should have been 4, that. Should have been 4. Matt says Amarim, Cows and Goat says De Zerbi. Amarim's not going to United. Zidane. Well, Zidane's obviously now appointed as France manager. I would have gone for Emery. Yeah, Emery to City. I think that would have been a smart move as well. Yeah. Emery would have been a very smart move. There's not really, and again, that's maybe another issue, is that managers get sacked far too quickly nowadays. So we're constantly. I always thought personally that Fabian Herzler would be the one. Fabian Herzler would have been much the better appointment to replace Pep. Geordie Breaks, haven't had a good champion since the City treble team. Yeah, I would agree with that. Enzo isn't the man for City. They clearly didn't see his style of play at Chelsea. And Jimmy says Luis Enrique they're waiting for. Guarantee. I wonder. Maybe. Jack, in the last 15 years, only one team that has won the Community Shield has gone on to win the league. Oh, go on then. The Community Shield curse. Please. This poor league narrative again this season, really. That's true. It's true. It was poor last season. It was poor the season before. It was poor this one. Gamer Guru, to remain elite, you have to bring in the best of the best. Took Arteta years to even get us over the line. When we move on from him, we have to replace him with better or face going backwards again. Jabri, whoever wins the Community Shield loses the Prem. Do you reckon? Well, once in the last 15 years it's happened. Gamer Guru, I think Unai is amazing with Europa teams, but has never stepped out of that. Unai lost every Super Cup when faced with top sides. And that's listen, some managers are better at getting sort of mid-sides to punch above their weight. That's no disrespect to Villa or Villarreal or Sevilla. They're just not massive clubs, are they? They're not your Real Madrids or your Barças or whatever who you might be tempted to put Unai Emery into. So yeah, that's a valid point. That is a valid point. Jimmy says, problem is Key the Fairweather Arsenal fans haven't been doing enough research over the summer. That's why they're saying mad shit. What? Research about what? Unai couldn't hack it at Arsenal. He wouldn't be able to do it at City either. Do you not think that Unai Emery, if given £1 billion, would have won more than Arsenal have with Mikel Arteta? Are you seriously telling me that with 7 years and £1 billion, Unai Emery wouldn't have won at least one Premier League title and an FA Cup? I disagree. If Unai Emery had been given the patience and the money that Arteta was, you'd have played better football and you'd have won more stuff. 1,000,000%. Ask any football fan at all, any. Who's the better manager, Arteta or Emery? I don't think anyone would say Mikel Arteta. I don't think anyone seriously believes that Arteta's a top manager. Not really. You can't spend £1 billion and get 7 years to win one title. Playing this style of football. Jack says, this has certainly shown the believers in big money makes good managers that doesn't exist. Pep Guardiola is the best manager in modern history. Maresca has proven it takes more than money. Gamer Guru, when he struggled to win a Europa with Aubameyang in the side and bought Mustafi and Socrates, Unai was out of his depth. But again, was that Unai Emery with massive power actually pursuing those players, or was it the well, it wasn't Berta, was it? You know what I mean? Was it the director of football, like Edu? Obviously, Edu was there before that, but I don't think he was there when Emery was he? Whoever was the director of football around that time at Arsenal, how much power did Emery have compared to what Arteta has now, for example? RDF pod, so why wasn't he given the time? I'll help you. He couldn't handle the pressure of a big team. I disagree. Sometimes it just boils down to chemistry in terms of whether or not people like you enough. Sometimes Unai Emery, I would say, is maybe a little bit more... there's a bit more friction. There's a bit more friction with Unai Emery than there is with Arteta, who's maybe a bit of a better communicator. So I just wonder whether it was that. It was probably Arteta's communication skills, that if you're likeable, you generally get a bit more time. And maybe as a person, he might be more likeable than Unai Emery. Num says Arsenal have controlled the game. Absolutely. Wouldn't deny that at all. Ross says don't see any other team putting 3 past City getting called boring. But you're not putting 3 past City. You've put 3 past City, but you've not, have you? You've not really. This isn't putting 3 past City. This isn't beating the second best team in the league. This is City while they are on the beach. This is nowhere near. This isn't. You can't say this is beating City at the best. Come on. Being silly. RDF Pod, you disagree? He lost his dressing room. He lost the respect of his players and the club was in free fall. Results so bad, fans stopped coming to games. I mean, if that was how bad it was, that just tells you how pitiful that section of fan base was, to be honest. I think that's awful. You can't stop going to games because you're losing. That's horrendous. That's not good enough. Got to expect better of your fans. And to be fair, Arsenal cleared out a huge segment of those players anyway. There was a load of players who Arsenal signed that Emery was trying to move on. It wasn't a great dressing room when he arrived, was it? Gamer Guru, can't just give us a fair play, Arsenal. You put City to the sword. Let's see if it's the same when the season starts. I've said that, but I've still said you're going to win the league. You're going to win the league. I don't know what more praise you seek than you are the best team in the league. You'll win the league. You'll win it at a canter. This City side are terrible. That's not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable to say those things. That is all I've said. You've beaten City comfortably. You've been in control all game. City have been dreadful. You'll win the league. You'll win it at a canter. How is that disrespectful or unreasonable? It's just not. Digital Terror. Did Liverpool win back-to-back leagues? We did, mate. We did it many times, actually. Many times. RDF Pod, Unai Emery has had 2 chances at big teams and he did not do well. He does well at smaller clubs and that's okay. Mikel Arteta came in and changed the identity of this club, built it from the ground. The identity of the club. I don't know. I'd wrestle with that. I'm not sure I'd say that's accurate, but I would agree with you that maybe you could argue Unai Emery is better. As we said earlier, Unai Emery might be a guy who's better at getting, not mid, but you know what I mean, teams who are a level below, your Sevillas, your Villarreals, Villa, to punch above their weight. And he's not necessarily a best fit for top teams. I don't think that implies that he's a bad manager, though. It might mean that he's not a great fit for those 2 clubs. City of Northville, I don't recall hearing a bunch of attaboys when Carrick did this to City in an actual league game. Like, why would supporters of other sides be gassing Arsenal up? It's validation, innit, mate? You and I both know it. It is an absolute... It's a sickness at this point. Oh my God, they've nearly made it 4. It's a sickness at this point. They are absolutely dying for validation. They just want someone to say, oh, you're doing so well. You're doing so well. You're such a good side. You're the best side ever. They just want a big pat on the back, these Arsenal fans, don't they? Ross, would you take Arteta at Liverpool? No. No, Arteta wouldn't last at Liverpool, and he wouldn't last at Man United either. He's just not. For me, I don't think Arteta could do what Emery has done at Villa. I don't think Arteta could do that. But I absolutely think that if you gave Emery £1 billion to spend net and 7 years of patience, if you told him you're going to have 7 years, you're going to get 7 years, you're not going to get sacked. 1,000,000%. We'll give you the 7 years, we'll give you £1 billion net, You go and do what you need to do. I'm pretty confident that Unai Emery would have at least delivered one Premier League title. At least one. But I don't think for 1 second that Arteta gets that Villa squad into the Champions League numerous times, competing in the latter stages, winning the Europa League. I don't believe that. No Weight Break says we don't need your validation. You still ask for it, though. You still ask for it every single day. Jack Footy says Emery wasn't even that bad at Arsenal. The results in football weren't even that bad. It was the dressing room. They mocked, belittled, and borderline abused him. But I know, but half of those players, if not more, like how many players existed from that side? How many good eggs were there in that dressing room that got moved on? How many needed to be moved on? That maybe that wasn't Unai Emery. Maybe that was just a bad dressing room that Arsenal had at the time. Arteta systematically got rid of loads of those when he came in. It was probably a really bad dressing room. Sanchez, I love Unai, but take nothing from what Arteta has done. Like I said, I still think Arteta is not. He's going to have to do more than just winning the title once in a bad season. He's going to have to do more than that. Fred, I don't know if you're saying this, but if you don't rate Arteta, who would be a good manager for us? Can I just say, first off, I am not the only one here, and the vast majority of Arsenal fans I've spoken to have said Arteta was on thin ice last season with them. Thin ice. He was on very thin ice. If Mikel Arteta hadn't won that league last season, he'd have been sacked. Or many Arsenal fans would have wanted him to be sacked. So, and it came down to like the last game or two of the season. So it went right down to the wire. If Mikel Arteta doesn't win that league and City don't fluff it, right, then there's a very good chance a large portion of Arsenal fans would have wanted him sacked. They would have wanted him to call time on it. So I don't think it's an unreasonable thing to say Mikel Arteta, he's not amazing, he's not brilliant, he's not a legendary manager. You can't go from legendary manager to might have been sacked if not for one game. Like that fine a margin, really, is that what we're talking about? Come on. And if we're talking about who would be a better manager, I think there's a lot of better managers, a lot more progressive managers, a little bit more in keeping with the way that Arsenal, I think, should play. They've got good players. They've got good players, Arsenal. They should be playing a bit more progressive, a bit more attacking. Jack Footy, you can't sack a manager for coming second. I mean, you can. You can if he keeps coming second and you keep giving him money and he keeps spending it and not really doing a whole lot. I think you can. I think £1 billion. Arsenal have spent more than City, more than Liverpool over the time Arteta's been there. They've got to, they're much more as well. They've got to be competing and competing regularly. So just having Arsenal competing isn't sufficient. Having them win consistently that's the big thing. That is the big thing. Steve says, I never agree with you, but that is true. He should have got the sack if he never won it. That's fair. Swifty says, player of the match still puts me off watching games. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue as much, does it? Kiki, I like how it's always if, and that's what it will remain to be. If this, if that. Yeah, but it's not like a big if. I'm not saying if Arsenal didn't win 14. I'm talking about like one game. I'm talking like 1 or 2 games. If Arsenal don't win 1 or 2 games last season, if those 1 or 2 games are draws, right, then Arsenal finish second. And I'm saying that wouldn't be enough for a lot of fans for Arteta to be sacked. That's what I've heard from Arsenal fans all summer. Gamer Guru, Amarim was given no time and had the media out for his head from day one. He spent well and should have got more time. I agree with that. I think Amarim absolutely deserved more time at United. I think Slot deserved more time at Liverpool. So I am consistent with this. I think if you deserve time, you get time. Once you get time, you've got to deliver at these big clubs. And I don't think Arteta has delivered enough. He's not delivered enough. 7 years, £1 billion, one Premier League title. I don't think is enough. Any more hypotheticals, Key, or are you still dreaming of Arteta getting the sack? I hope he stays, mate. I want him to stay. Stay as long as he can for me. I hope he sticks around. Keep him. Here we go. Free kick for City. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left at the end of the game. Well, if you think it's not enough, thank F you're not an Arsenal fan then. Well, no, it's not that I don't necessarily think it's enough. I don't think it's enough, but that's just me as an outsider. I'm talking Arsenal fans have been coming to me in their droves and saying, if Arteta hadn't won the league, they would have quite happily moved him on. I think that's a really interesting conversation to have. That's how close it was. That was the margin for error. The margin for error for Arteta was that tight. So I can't have Arsenal fans now saying he's a legend. He's an absolute legend. He's an all-timer. He's one of the best managers. No, come on. He's not one of the best managers ever. He just about got you over the line after 7 years and £1 billion. And he did it playing the most dreadful football. And he now needs to prove a lot this season by winning it. And maybe, so if wins the Champions League, legend. Wins the Champions League, first ever manager to do it for Arsenal, legend, hero. I'll even say, to be fair, I'll hold my hand up and say, do you know what? He's a much better manager than I gave him credit for. But he's going to have to do something special, not just winning one league title after £1 billion in 7 years. You need to do better than that. Grealish giving it away, my goodness me. Bronstein, he's been a manager for 7 years period. I think people forget this is his first job. I know, but you're not giving out pity jobs. It's Arsenal. They're a massive club. Like, you can't say, it's his first job, so he should get patience. He's had the patience. Jack, if Arteta won the Champions League final, he would have resigned. Even he would admit that. Now that is interesting. Do you think that would have happened? If Arteta wins that Champions League and Arsenal win it, he maybe resigns and thinks this is as good as it's ever going to get for me here. Thing is, I don't know any other club that he could go to. He'd never manage Barcelona, would he? I don't think he'd ever manage Real Madrid. He'd never get an opportunity at any other club. Real Madrid and Barcelona wouldn't touch him. United, Liverpool wouldn't touch him. I don't think Bayern would. Bayern have a very certain way of playing football. There's no other top side in Europe other than like maybe Inter or AC Milan. He might thrive in Serie A. I don't even think PSG would anymore. PSG have got a very clear way of playing after Luis Enrique. I think to be fair, if Arteta leaves Arsenal, when he leaves Arsenal, I don't know where he's going. Leverkusen, Dortmund, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Germany, somewhere in Germany. He's never leaving Arsenal. Well, one can hope. One can only hope. Sanchez, if Alonso was given the Madrid job, Arteta will get a top job easily. You're thinking, I'm not just talking experience, I'm talking playing style. Playing style, Alonso makes sense for Madrid. Arteta does not. Lil Philly, City a shocking key. Coventry may need to step up. Gamer Guru, Arteta is a legend of the club, established some incredible standards at Arsenal. That will go on for a long time with a song that unites the fan base with the players. He has a way to go to be elite. That's reasonable. That's fair. I'll get on board with that. Legend of Arsenal because he's won a league title after 22 years. He's brought in this cringy song, but Arsenal fans seem to like it. He's tried to rip off You'll Never Walk Alone and create this No London Forever, whatever, guff. But you guys seem to like it. But yeah, he has a way to go to be elite. I agree with that. I agree with that point. Brent Allard says, playing style, I agree. Hope he switches it up for the new season. It remains to be seen. I think there'll be tougher tests ahead. Much tougher tests ahead for Arsenal than this City side. Much, much tougher. Aaron, you need him to stay to keep your money coming in. No viewers otherwise. Ah, you're so wrong, mate. You're so wrong. We had 350,000 people watching, mate, for the AFCON final. Senegal against Morocco. Yeah, big numbers, irrespective of it. Shahid, what a pool match too. One-sided for my liking. Damo, pretty sure you took You Never Walk Alone from Celtic, no? No. You'll never walk alone, Liverpool. All the way. City of Northville, what we have done so far is not good enough. We both know this. That would mean Carrick has to have a backbone and go in there and tell Ineos to back him or fire him. He's not going to do that, is he? Liverpool, Man United, in the transfer window so far, pretty underwhelming. Obviously, still time to go. Arsenal head the ball away, edge of the box. Too easy. Again, cleared away. There's only 30 seconds left of this one, thank God. Thank the Lord. Ruben, realistically, he was a couple of pens from your definition of elite, and it weren't him taking them. Well, no, but by that logic, you can't give him any credit for any of the footy, because he's not done any of it, has he? You can't use that on one side of it, so, well, he never took the pen, so it's not his fault. Why, well, he's never on the pitch. It's not his fault, any of the good stuff that happens, either. Roos Ladden, what have you made of Solis's performance? Looks mustard. He does look absolutely mustard against the Sunday League City, I must say. But yeah, he's dynamite. Absolutely dynamite. Torrid time. I'm not sure Kusanov will sleep tonight. El Chapo says Martinelli not in the squad. Does that mean Arsenal hijack Barcola from Liverpool? I can't see it, mate. Now you've got the best left winger in the world in Solis. I don't think any chance of you signing Barcola. Liverpool can only hope of getting a winger half as good as Solis. Ruben, well, tactically a game of football is a lot different to penalties. Is it? Psychologically, motivating, all that stuff. You've got to choose the right players. Gary Dorrington, we told you Slot was going to be sacked and you disagreed. Arteta's still a very young manager and will win more. I'm sick and tired of hearing Emery better. Load of rubbish. It's not a load of rubbish, Gary. It's bang on the money. Emery's miles better. Miles better. Jack says Mikel Arteta is extremely smart for what he did last season and I'm forever grateful for it, but I believe it's the right time to get a new manager and move on. Mikel Arteta could thrive abroad. Fair enough, Jack. That's from an Arsenal fan as well. Gamer Guru, where is this Solis best in the world coming from? It's coming from when people said in the chat, and you saw the comment, Key, do you actually think we need to sign a left winger now that we've got Solis? After the start he's had to this game. That was said about 28 minutes in. About half an hour in to the first pre-season, the curtain raiser, let's call it, of the Premier League season. 30 minutes in, and it was like, oh, well, do you think we even need to, sign a new left winger? No, you don't. You don't, because you've got the best now. You don't need Vinny, because you've got Solis. Come on. Bronston says, brother, Solis was brought in as a backup, and he's a very solid backup. Yeah, but he's not a backup, is he? Because you've got Martinelli. So is Martinelli still your first choice left winger? Gary Dorrington, too good for Germany, Key. You've just taken Iraola. Behave. I didn't want Iraola. I didn't want Iraola. You can't have a pop at me and say, oh, Liverpool have got Iraola. I didn't want Iraola. We've got him. I hope he does wonderfully well, but I didn't want him. George Callum says, speak about us so much, I think you are a fan, pal. I mean, we're watching Arsenal, George. I mean, you've got to give me some grace. We're not going to be sat here talking about fucking Luton if we're watching Arsenal, are we? Come on. Come on. Right. Gamer Guru, Solis is replacement for Trossard. I think Martinelli will be leaving before the window closes. I mean, he's rejected, hasn't he? He's rejected moves to Turkey. He was going to go, but I don't think you're going to sell... You're not going to get someone in unless Martinelli goes. So Martinelli's staying, surely. City of Northville, why improve if they can be mediocre and still get clapped on the back? Exactly. Davey Watch, let me guess, Arsenal didn't deserve to win. No, they did. Of course they did. Massively deserved to win. I've never said anything other than that. Barcola will be Arsenal's first choice. Well, he ain't going. Barcola certainly will not be going to Arsenal. No chance. Aaron Deacon, you bring every stream back to Arsenal, to be fair. Nah, again, that doesn't happen only if people like you come in and say, hey, Key, what do you think of Arsenal? If we're watching, I don't know, Everton against Palace. What do you think of Arsenal, Key? Well, I don't mind. I'll talk about it, but I'm not avoiding the question. Where do you think Liverpool are coming this year? So far, I'd say maybe 5th or 6th. If the window shuts right now, I'd say maybe 5th or 6th. Around about there. Do you think Liverpool get Barcola, Key? 1,000,000%. It's done. It's done. It's agreed. It's absolutely agreed. There's no way PSG push on and sign Akliouche, Gertz and Ferran Torres unless they've already got deals agreed for Barcola and Mbaye to leave. Makes no sense. No business sense. Gamer Guru, would you take Martinelli, Key? Yes, I would have done. I would have done. If we're selling Gakpo, yes, I absolutely would have taken Martinelli. I still think he's your best winger. I absolutely would take him, yeah. CG, what's your top 6 predictions? Right now, I would say Liverpool 5th. Liverpool 5th, United 4th. Flip a coin on that. Chelsea 3rd. City 2nd. Arsenal 1st. Gary Dorrington, you can have Barcola. I know, because you've got Solis, right? Hey, we don't want Barcola. We've got Solis. Fucking hell. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness me. City of Northville, this is the same rat who has signed no one so far and tried to get Delap last year. Let's not let them off the hook. And Gamer Guru, I think Martinelli's our best on that side too. Just needs a bit more composure in front of goal. I think he's mega underrated, Martinelli. I've always liked him. He's really underrated. User 454, think Arsenal will walk the league this year. They will, yeah, 100%. No doubt about it. Keelan says Solis was quality today against the team you have as second for this season. I don't think this was the team. This wasn't the team that City will be this season. You basically played against the Sunday League side today. It was very, very bad. Very bad from City. Right. I am going to be back in about 45 minutes for Liverpool against Como. Pre-season friendly. We'll get our first look at Munoz and Araujo and some of the other lads who've maybe not had massive minutes on the pitch. I don't think we'll see Jacquet. We certainly won't see Leone. But we'll maybe see that lovely link-up play between Isak and Wirtz. So we'll see some proper football. Some proper football in about 45 minutes. Liverpool against Como at Anfield. 45 minutes. I'll be back. Hopefully you'll join me for it. If not, don't worry about it. See you soon, Arsenal fans. We'll be back for Arsenal on Friday night next week against Coventry. Come on, Coventry. Come on, the Sky Blues next week. We'll all be cheering on the Cov. I'll have the Sky Blue lights on behind me again. Right. Take it easy, everyone. I'll be back in 45 minutes for Liverpool v Como. Have a nice day. Ta-ra.